In 1971, inside the basement of Stanford University, a psychological experiment began. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. It lasted only 6 days. Because what happened inside that fake prison shocked the world. In August 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo wanted to answer one question. Do prisons become brutal because of evil people? Or does the system itself create cruelty? To find out, his team placed an ad in a newspaper. Male college students needed for a psychological study, $15 per day. 24 healthy, middle-class students were selected. They were randomly divided into 2 groups, guards and prisoners. A mock prison was built in the basement of Stanford University's psychology building. The prisoners were arrested at their homes by real police officers. They were fingerprinted, searched, and blindfolded. When they arrived at the prison, they were stripped naked, given prison uniforms, assigned numbers instead of names. They were no longer students. They were prisoners. At first, it felt like a game. The guards wore uniforms, sunglasses, and carried batons. They were told only one thing: maintain order. But within hours, something changed. The guards began asserting dominance. They forced prisoners to do push-ups. They made them repeat their numbers. They woke them up in the middle of the night 4 counts. And slowly, the humiliation began. By day 2, the situation escalated. Prisoners rebelled. They blocked doors with their beds. They refused to follow orders. The guards responded aggressively. They stripped prisoners naked, put them in solitary confinement, removed their bedding, used psychological punishment. Some guards became creative in their cruelty. They forced prisoners to clean toilets with bare hands. They made them simulate degrading acts. They isolated certain prisoners to create division. And the most disturbing part? No one told them to do this. They chose to. Within 36 hours, one prisoner had a complete emotional breakdown. He was crying uncontrollably, screaming, shaking. He had to be released. Soon after, others showed signs of severe stress. Some developed psychosomatic rashes. Some became withdrawn and depressed. But many stayed. Why? Because they had begun to accept their roles. They weren't pretending anymore. They were living it. Even Zimbardo himself stopped acting like a researcher. He became the prison superintendent. He allowed the abuse to continue. On day 6, a graduate student named Christina Maslach visited the experiment. She was shocked. She saw prisoners blindfolded, chained together, humiliated. She confronted Zimbardo. "What you're doing to these boys is terrible." That moment changed everything. Zimbardo realized something disturbing. He had become part of the system. The experiment was immediately shut down. It had lasted only 6 days. The Stanford Prison Experiment became world famous. It was taught in psychology textbooks for decades. It was used to explain prison abuse, military torture, power corruption, human behavior under authority. But years later, critics began questioning it. Some claimed guards were encouraged to act harsh. Participants were role-playing. The study lacked scientific control. It would never pass ethical standards today. Some former participants even said the abuse was exaggerated. The debate continues to this day. The Stanford Prison Experiment left the world with a terrifying question. Is evil born, or is it created by power and situation? When systems remove identity, when authority is unchecked, when empathy disappears, how quickly can ordinary people become cruel? The basement prison was fake, but the behavior was real. And that may be the most disturbing part of all.